Hi, this is Karen with Queen City Arts, and today I'm going to do a small Christmas floral. I've gotten several questions about what glue gun am I using, and this is actually a cordless glue gun, but you can also use it with a cord. It's made by AdTech, and it has two temperatures, and it's a full-size one. It's got the high and the low setting right here, and then it's got the super fine tip, so it's good for a lot of the close crafts if you need to really get in there, like with a floral. Has a stand, and the cord simply goes in the bottom right here. And usually what I do is I got this at Joann's, by the way. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I use a coupon. There's the only thing, it's a little misleading in that you have to actually have had it plugged in for a while for it to have a charge. So I'm just going to plug it in here and use it just as I would any other glue gun. But if I need to, say, take it to another table or help a friend doing something like that, they're really kind of handy. After it's been on for a while, it's all heated up and charged up, so you can take this cord out and then it is cordless. I think it has a running time of, let me see here, up to 5 minutes. So the cord-free element on this is maybe not quite where you would expect it to be with the way technology is right now, but maybe those will get a little bit longer as time goes by. But for now, cordless, it's only good for 5 minutes, so it would be good for a quick fix. So I've plugged that in, and we're going to let that heat up. I found this little box. It was 97 cents at Walmart. It's called a square pail, and it's the buffalo print, which is part of my Christmas theme in my house this year. And it has a little ribbon, grosgrain ribbon on it. I've gone ahead and already made a buffalo print bow, and I also glued on a little bauble from the Dollar Tree. It came in, I think, a pack of 9 for $1 of the little, they're like little Christmas disco balls. But my daughter was using them, and she had some leftovers. So the way I'm going to start this, as you can see, I made the ribbon, and I used the twist ties that you get at Dollar Tree. I cut them in half. There's 45 in there. And there's green, red, gold, and silver for $1. And like I said, I usually cut them in half for using them for ribbons and things like that. So you can see my pipe cleaner in there. I've already hot glued it in there. I tried hot gluing some foam in the bottom. I ended up popping it back out. But my first step is going to be to put this foam inside and hot glue it into the center. It's not that big of a piece of foam, so I may have to add some more in there. I'm gonna see if I can find some. Here we go. Okay, so when that hot glue gun gets hot enough, I'm not sure that's gonna fit. Yeah, I think it will. Okay, so they're kind of snug, but not real snug. I still want to make sure they're glued in really well so they don't travel. I don't know how many of you have had a floral travel if it's not glued down. Now it would hold in there probably, but if someone grabbed, a child or something grabbed something, it would probably take off. I got this idea from Whitney over at her YouTube channel, and it is called Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots. So shout out to Whitney. I've been watching her, and so I really love the way her technique she does with her florals. She's very particular, and boy, it's perfection. So if you want more floral tips, especially with wreaths and things like that, she's super good. So make sure to check her out at Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots. Whatnots is one word. So okay, at the Dollar Tree, I picked up this pick, which was 2 for $5, and I'll just show you some of them. I've cut a lot of them apart already, and I'm gonna, when you get a bush like this, you basically cut it down, and before you actually use it, so you separate it out and give it all a good cut with your wire cutter. Okay, so yesterday, if you've watched my last video, Gracie Boo, the white deaf cat, my white deaf cat, she jumped up here and just started chewing these. Actually, she was flossing her teeth with the leaves, I think. Anyway, I came back in here and I didn't realize she had really gotten a hold of them. There was red glitter, and she pulled this off. But that's okay, because I'm going to use it. We'll be tearing that apart anyway. So thanks, Gracie Boo. Appreciate that. So let's see what okay, if you look at my hot glue gun, it is ready to go. It is hot. So I'm just going to put some glue on this and fit it down in there so that it'll stay. And one thing that I learned from Whitney over at Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots is that glue as you go, and I like that way of putting a floral together so you don't have any mishaps later. Okay, gonna shove that down in there. Hope it stays. There we go. Kind of have to manhandle it a little bit, but yeah, it's in there. So lots of fallout on that. That's the soft styrofoam that I got at Dollar Tree. It was basically the size of a regular brick, so I just sliced it up and kind of distributed it. I may even, this is making me think, there's a lot of room right here, and I don't like that gap. So I think what I'm going to do is try to cut another piece, and this is the only brick that I have, so I'm not sure it's going to fit in there just like I like it, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and kind of saw it down a little bit, and I'm just using the blade of my scissors. It cuts got it. Whew, scared myself. Okay, it's relatively easy to saw, and I'm just going to press until I get it in there. And I know that's not going to pull out, but I don't want it to distort my box either. It's terribly tight. As you can see, it's kind of distorting my box, but I don't think it'll be noticeable once the floral's in there. So let's see, gosh, I can't make it fit in there like that. So let's just take a little more off. And like I said, this is the only brick of foam I have, because this was the only floral project I had in mind. I'm just going to wedge it in there. Okay. think it's tight enough in there that I don't really have to glue it. No, I don't. Boy, there's a lot of fallout with that. So out of a whole brick, this is what I ended up left. But I will use it for something. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna have to give that a little bit of a blow. Get some of it. It's static. It's so dry in Missouri right now. We are hurting for some rain, and everything is sticking to everything. Okay, I should have got this. Let's go the other route. Let's go under. Okay, doesn't work. Oh, good grief. Now I messed up my bow. Whew. Stuff is in the air now. Okay. I may or may not buy that at Dollar Tree again because of the fallout on it. Okay, as you can see, I totally destroyed my bow. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to put the grosgrain ribbon towards the back. And that's how I want it to set. Wow. Okay. Now, let me just refresh my bow a little bit. That's a nice thing about wired ribbon. You can just practically destroy it, which I tried to do, and still be able to pull it back up and make it work. Make it look fresh again. There we go. Now, let's see here. Now I've got it all over my clothes. That's nice. Okay. The dangers of crafting. Okay. So, I think I'm going to start with just regular poinsettias, and I have this bush that I got at the Dollar Tree for $1. I thought this was really nice for $1 because it's, what's it got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 blooms on it, and that's really large for Dollar Tree. Sometimes it's a catch-22. You don't know whether you're really getting a good deal or not on some of the smaller bushes, but this was huge. And it has a velveteen finish to it, which I thought kind of made it more, not masculine, but less dressy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm going to take my leaves and push them up. And for now, I'm just going to cut them down here because I want to kind of guesstimate as I go how much of the stem I want to trim off. Gracie Boo is watching me intently. She's sitting on the chair here next to me, and you know she loves to get involved. The first 2 videos I did, she had to take part in. So, you know how cats are, they're curious. And she is a deaf kitty, and because of that, her senses of looking at things is really kind of enlarged. This was left after I took all those flowers off, and I learned from Whitney on Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots to keep these and use them to puncture your foam before you glue in a flower. So I'll be using that. She gets real excited when she gets a good one. I just got a good one, so I'm excited too. Let's see. This has foam all over it too because it's a velveteen finish. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the back, probably the back right hand corner, and just place it in there and kind of decide how high I want to put that. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to glue each one of these in, and I'm just going to taper it kind of. I'm going to go at an angle. Since this is a square box, I'm going to go from this corner to this corner and design that way. And it's a little bit different doing silk florals as opposed to fresh florals, which I've done before in a floral shop on Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness. You have no idea what that's like. That's crazy. That's what that is. Now I'm going to put one on each corner. So all four corners basically have a poinsettia, and I've kind of set them all at the same height. Now, what I think I want to do is I want to push these front ones down a little bit and maybe lift the back ones up just a little bit. Let the center one kind of taper in the middle between the tall and the short. Now I've got my basics. I've said it 3 times now. I basically have my basics of the design I want to go with. And Boo is back at it. She's assisting me today again. And she has a hold of her favorite flowers. Hey Boo, I'm about to tear those apart, so enjoy. Yeah, okay. Yes, I talked to the deaf cat. What's new? Alright. I tore apart another, it was actually a pick, I believe. And when I did that, came up with this. Now, I actually have already glued that down in there. You know, I would ordinarily go ahead and glue all of this stuff in, but I just don't want it to take that time, and I'm that lazy. And it is in there. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So we've established that. So my rule of thumb, I feel, is that if you can hold it upside down and shake it and it doesn't go anywhere, then it's good to go. I'm going to fiddle with that for a while, I'm sure. This bow. It's still kind of crinkling up on me. Yeah, I'm doing laundry. That was my laundry. It's a dryer. I'm not real impressed with doing laundry, so I'll ignore that for at least a half an hour. Okay. All right, Boo, what are you doing? And this I don't think I'm going to use. I had this pick, and I want to use that for something else, I think. And then I had one left, so let's fill it in. Let's go right here. It looks like it's got a hole. It kind of needs something right there. And I also am noticing that some of these, like this particular flower came off a pick, so it's a little different. It's a different color. It's a different texture. It's not the velveteen like the others, but I've got 1, 2, 3 of these in it, and I always try to work with, it's just like in any piece of art, work with odd numbers. So you know, kind of think visually like you're working on a triangle. So this okay, my film stopped for whatever, or my recording stopped for whatever reason. So, I'm not sure where it left off, but I'm just filling the back of this in with some pipe cleaner type. And I'm giving them a trim before I put them on so that they look kind of tapered. I think I'm going to need some more holes down here, so I am going to make a couple, maybe 3. One right at that corner. All right, a little bit of hot glue on the end, and this is a longer piece, so I'm gonna put this one right on the corner to fill that in. And we'll take the short one and give it a trim. hot glue. It's just repetitive, so we're just gonna keep repeating until we've got it where we want it. I think it's gonna take one more. So this is, I'll tell you what, this little number is a great deal at Dollar Tree because, you know, you can buy the big garlands or whatever. That's what I was starting to say, was I was wanting to go out to Hobby Lobby and see if they have any of their big garlands that are just greenery, you know, marked down. I may have to wait till after the holidays, but we'll see. Okay, and then this last one, and we're done. I'm gonna give this a trim. And place it in there. Okay, now I'm gonna move this down a little bit so it just kind of has a feel to it that it's filling in. Actually, I have a hole back there. I think I'll do one more. And you'll see as you get started doing floral like this that you'll have, you know, use what you've got, whatever you have at home. And I know we all have kind of a collection of little flowers and things like that, and, you know, extra little ornaments and that kind of thing that you can just incorporate real easily. So it doesn't have to be specifically what I've purchased, but you can use whatever. Oh, that one came out nice. Look how that turned out. Nice. Okay, so a little bit of glue, but you can use whatever you have, and just kind of pull those out a little bit, maybe just whatever looks good. Anyway, so that's the back, and here's the front, and I will do a still shot here in a minute, so you'll see it at the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your being here. Bye.